It is no coincidence that today a petition to retire Atwoli is trending. And on the very same day, I received a letter from a certain entity trying to silence me. You know why? Because I dared to speak up about an abuse I endured while working. But instead of backing down, this has lit fire in me. I will not be silenced. I will speak up. I will stand tall. I will advocate for better working conditions for Kenyan workers. Justice for Kenyan workers.
In recent months, a digital storm has been brewing across Kenyan social media. Hashtags trend, memes circulate, and voices grow louder, demanding that one of Kenya's most prominent union leaders, Francis Atwoli, step down. But what sparked this sudden wave of calls for retirement? And what does it reveal about the shifting political and labor landscape in Kenya? Let's unpack the online campaign that has taken aim at the long-serving COTU Secretary General Francis Atwoli.
If we don't regulate social media, if we don't...
Francis Atwoli has been a household name in Kenya for over 2 decades. As the Secretary General of the Central Organization of Trade Unions, COTU, Atwoli has built a reputation as a fiery, outspoken defender of workers' rights. First elected in 2001, Atwoli has since remained a central figure in labor movement, political commentary, and even national discourse, known as much for his bold statements as his luxurious lifestyle. But critics argue that over the years, Atwoli's voice has shifted from one that once roared for the common mwananchi to one that now echoes in elite political cycles.
Change, son. So I'm telling you, all these types of formations you are seeing, these are self-decorating.
The Atwoli must go and retire Atwoli hashtags began to gain traction online early this month, but the roots of public frustration go deeper. Many young Kenyans, especially on X, formerly Twitter, TikTok, have voiced discontent over the stagnation of labor reforms, high unemployment, and what they perceive as Atwoli's detachment from the real struggles of Kenyan workers. In an era where digital activism has power, online influencers, activists, and ordinary citizens have rallied behind the campaign, using satire, data, and direct criticism to call for leadership renewal.
Regulated. Kenya cannot be free for all.
So what exactly are the grievances? First, longevity in office. After more than 20 years, many argue that Atwoli has overstayed his welcome, with some comparing his tenure to that of entrenched political dynasties. Second, critics point to inadequate labor advocacy in recent years. While COTU remains active, some feel that it has been too quiet on issues like layoffs, poor working conditions, and rising cost of living, issues that directly impact Kenyan workers. Third, Atwoli's perceived alignment with political elite has raised eyebrows. His vocal support for past and current administrations has led some to question whether he still serves the interest of workers or those of politicians. Online, the campaign has taken on many forms: videos mocking Atwoli's famous speeches, threads analyzing COTU's spending, petitions demanding term limits for union heads, and even AI-generated skits painting a future without him. This is digital democracy in action. Messy, passionate, and at times controversial. It reflects a generation that isn't afraid to challenge authority, especially when they feel unheard. But not everyone agrees. Francis Atwoli hasn't stayed silent. In social media platforms, he has dismissed the campaign as juvenile noise and defended his record, citing decades of labor progress and international recognition. Supporters argue that Atwoli's experience and global networks are invaluable, and that online critics don't understand the complexity of union work. This divide reflects a broader national tension between the old guard and the digital native youth, between legacy leadership and emerging accountability.
COTU is not a political party. COTU represents workers.
As Kenya moves into a new era of digital activism and civic engagement, one thing is clear. Leaders, regardless of their history, are now under the microscope. Whether Francis Atwoli retires or not, the online campaign has already made its mark, sending a powerful message. No one is too powerful to be questioned. What do you think? Should Atwoli retire? Or is this just a social media noise? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories behind the headline. Thanks for watching. This is Sophia Live.